Are you thinking about buying a condo in the Central Florida area? It is a really tempting choice. Well, today I'm going to go over my top pros and cons to purchasing a condo in Central Florida. And be sure to stick around to the end because I'm going to tell you a tip that could save you hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Krista and I'm a realtor here in the Central Florida area. I have been working in real estate for the past 11 years, and today we are going to be discussing the pros and cons of purchasing a condo. First of all, let's discuss what a condominium or a condo actually is. A condo typically, although not always, is horizontally stacked, so you'll have neighbors above you and below you, as well as to the sides. That is opposed to a townhouse, which is usually like you might have a two-story townhouse, another two-story townhouse, but nobody's going to be above you or below you. It is a little bit confusing, and to make matters even stranger, some places call themselves villas, and so you don't know, is it a condo, is it a townhouse? Well, the way you figure that out is you have to look at the ownership of the property. With a condo, you're not getting any land, so it is not called fee simple, it is called a condominium. That's the state use code. Your realtor should be able to look that up for you if you are in doubt, because sometimes it is confusing. Pro number one. Hey, sometimes a condo is the only way you can afford where you want to live. So let's talk about, for example, oceanfront. You can buy a house for $1 million, or you can get a condo for starting from $250,000. I just quickly looked on the MLS for Daytona Beach. That's about the introductory price for direct oceanfront with the beautiful panoramic wide view of the ocean. So same view, huge difference in price. Pro number two, the amenities. A lot of condo complexes come with some great amenities. So you might have a gym, a clubhouse, a swimming pool, playground, dog park. Many also include water and cable in your monthly fee. The information presented in the MLS is believed to be true, but it isn't always accurate, so be sure to check the amenities with the condo association if that's really important to you. Now let's move on to the cons. Con number one, noise. Like I mentioned already, condos are usually stacked horizontally, so you're going to probably have neighbors above and below you unless you're on the ground floor or the top floor. So what does that mean? Does the lady next to you like to play the tuba? Does your upstairs neighbor have kids and you like to sleep in? Do you have a dog that barks all day? All of these factors can really affect your quality of life inside of a condo, so it's important to know if you have the nerves to be around that many people and their various noises. Con number two, proximity. Let's face it, condos are a lot of people living close to each other. If your neighbor smokes on their balcony, or if they like to cook really pungent food, chances are you're going to smell it in your condo. So you can join the board to air your grievances or just attend meetings, but not all of these complaints are ones that can really be handled. So you have to know if that's something that you can tolerate. Similarly, if your condo has a lot of renters living in it, how are they going to behave, especially if it's short-term rental? And that's mostly true near Disney. If you're living in a condo community with lots and lots of short-term renters, there's nothing wrong with that, but those people are there for a week or 2 weeks on vacation. Are they going to really respect the quiet hours? Are they going to take care of the pool the same way an owner would? Are they going to clean the grill when they're finished cooking? They're on vacation. They're going to hang their towels over the balcony, whether it's against the condo rules or not. Damages to the property ultimately are being paid for by the owners, so this can be somewhat aggravating if you're someone who wants to take care of it and you see short-term renters cutting through the flowers to get back to their building, or parking in your parking space, or whatever short-term renters who really don't understand the rules of the community are going to do when they're there. Con number three, cost. Very often I find that people who are interested in purchasing a condo are attracted to the condominium because of the purchase price, which is very often rather low. But when you figure in the association fee, which can be $300 on up to $1,000 or more if you're on the ocean, that can be the equivalent of a much more expensive single-family home. If you think about it like this, let's make a simple example. You buy a condo for $100,000 and you pay $300 a month in association fees. That $300 a month could be additional mortgage amount of $100,000, so you could buy a $200,000 home instead of purchasing the condo. So do keep it in mind. The purchase price is less, but those monthly fees can really add up. Con number four, financing. Very, very often I find buyers who have been told by a lender that they can purchase a condo for 10% down, or even less sometimes. And in theory, that can be true. But when you start to really dig below the surface, very oftentimes you will find that it is not possible. Although you may qualify for a 10% down loan, and the lender may be willing to loan on some condos for 10% down, it's extremely rare to actually be able to do this. So your loan officer will tell you, I just need a condo questionnaire filled out. The problem is that the answers to the questionnaire matter. It's not just a matter of getting this thing filled out. The answers are important. So what happened like 10 years ago? The market dropped, and the condo market dropped worse than anything else. $200,000 condos were selling for $50,000, $25,000. So large amounts of investors, many overseas, just swooped in and bought as many of these condos as they could and used them as rental units. Fair enough. But that affects your ability to get financing. So the condo questionnaire asks things like, does any one owner own more than 10% of the condos in the complex? And very, very often the answer is yes. There's a certain percentage that has to be owner occupied rather than tenant occupied. And very, very often it's not the right percentage. I think it has to be 50%. A lot of times it's like a 75% rental. Another question on the questionnaire regards how much the community has in reserves. Back when the real estate market crashed really hard in Florida, a lot of people went into foreclosure on their condos, or there were short sales. And so when that's happening, when somebody knows they're about to lose their condo, they're not paying the HOA fees or the condo fees anymore. So those reserves dropped. Many communities are still recovering from that to this day. For this reason, I caution you, there are very, very few condos in Central Florida, and certainly not the lower end ones, maybe the more elite ones, the higher up, the expensive ones. They may qualify for 10% down financing, but by and large, the inexpensive ones where there's lots of renters, they are not going to qualify. And the reason I point this out is because you won't figure that out until after you've done your home inspection and after you've done your appraisal. You're looking at $800 out of pocket only to find out that you need to put down 20 or 25% on this condo. Condos can be a great thing if that's your lifestyle, if you travel all the time and you really don't want to deal with anything related to maintenance or lawn care. If you are traveling for a long time, you do want to have somebody come in and check on your condo because there can be leaks from your neighbors, or you can be leaking onto your neighbor, and that can get out of hand pretty quickly. I don't want to discourage you from buying a condo if you have your heart set on it. Just think very, very carefully and make sure that it's the right sort of property for you. Thanks for watching.